Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we will study about what are past statements and what are the Python inheritance. To start with that, a very basic thing you need to know about what are the constructors and what are the obstructors in your Python. I think I have already cleared what are they in the previous classes. So moving next to for the today part is your what are your past statements in your Python. So past statement in your Python are pretty much important nowadays because everything we used to follow in your past statement is cumulative true and basically this is particularly helpful for entire your Python journey and all. So what is your past statement? Your past statement is your null statement. Your past statement is your null statement, which is used because there is a difference between a pass and a comment is that the comment is ignored by an interpreter, whereas pass is not ignored here because the comment is always comment we can ignore every time, but we can or an instructor ignore uh, the comment, but a past statement is never like a past statement having different objections in it. Wherever in your past statement, a past statement is generally used to hold as and generally used as in past holder also. A placeholder is that is why because the placeholder why it is used as a placeholder because when the user does not know the code actually what to write, so it usually then the user simply just place a pass at that time, and at that line sometimes a pass is used when the user doesn't know that what the code is actually about, and moreover the code is executed for the version section, but that is not enough to do that. Okay, and so simply what can we do is we can actually place a pass also. If we can place, suppose we are playing with the code, I write only like my code. Okay, if I'll say that, oh, okay, it is never, you know that this is never being holded by this, you have to define first of all. If I'll say that a def my code, okay, and I already wrote this, and after that if I'll make it as a pass function or a pass statement, so the code will definitely execute, but this is doesn't have anything in this is the null statement. And moreover, when there is a null statement, when you write a pass also, that will never get a problem to you as in functioning part, because using a pass statement I always like avoids error. Okay, suppose there is, you know that there will be the error in the third line, but still you if you comment it, it will occur, it will not take it that. But what if you write a pass, so it will execute but it will not give an error in that particular statement. So writing or passing can always be a beneficial part to determine what the function is all about and how your functions are being obtaining. Okay, so let me just, for writing any past statement can be used for the empty statements also. If I'll say that if like Python code, okay, if I'll pass it, okay, and if I'll run this, we know that it is a null statement, but still it will give an as an error about your first line because nothing is there in as in usually part upon that. So when a pass statement can also be used in your empty classes, right, like it is class Python code or any of that, or a Python class I can say, okay, just to have an more, it will run and basically it will never execute the basic functional part. And similarly to if I they do the same in a function or in an empty function, if I'll say that the class function, okay, a class function that is pass, so it is executing, okay, but it is a null part, so outcome would not be there as in purposely part, as in class also we did. But what is the benefit of using a pass statement, or like actually what it is the basic outcome of your pass statement? We know that the pass statement, pass or statement is a null statement, and the interpreter never calls and ignores a past statement with a further generational part. But nothing can be happening as a statement itself is not getting out as a no operation part, and the past statement is useful because when we have an error part or any of the when we don't write the implementation of a function, so but we need that implementation to be obtained in the future part, so we write a past statement to the basic benefit of past function is like uh, it is to avoid any of your complication or any of your complication errors, certainly, because sometimes it happens when you never want to add a statement in that, but future or upcoming time you need to add, and so you use the past statement in that. So for the syntax, you already know syntax of your past statement is your pass, and the pass is your syntax to use in that this. Okay, if I'll say that there is a compiler, there is a calling addition and a program, then a console part it is there. Okay, that always obtained with the further like if the that compiler needs to calculate that function or not. Okay, when we used to add any of your function with no body in that, so we use the addition operator or any of that, but the function has no implementation also, we can ignore also by using an if statements and all. But the difference is like it is not much operational part as it is in your we can say the executors. Okay, if I'll tell you one example of addition, that I need a def addition, okay, of num1 num2. Okay, if I'll say this, and after that if I'll pass, okay, and then after that if I'll write that the addition of whom numbers we need, and we will assign a particular number to num1 and num2. If I'll say 2 comma 3, what is the error in this addition? I guess I did the same only, addition, def addition, num1 and num2. Okay, sometimes on keyboards you particularly don't know about this. And yes, of course the pass would also be I'll say the answer would be particularly the 5 only, but the past statement will go with the basic obsection, I guess. So that's why the number addition is not obtaining, might be. So no problem, we will perform another program of your past statement, that is not to worry about. So I'm just telling you again, there is an example of your arranging part. Okay, like how the past statement can be used for a loop when you are not able to code inside a loop and all. So if I'll say that n is equals to 10, just a minute, if I'll say that the n is equals to 10 and 4, and I'm just generating a loop, okay, for I in range, I'll say this, and the range will vary from n. Okay, if I'll still pass this out, this is just to tell you about how we generate a loop. Okay, so here already the program is executed, but there is no value. If I'll say that A 10 and B is equals to 20. Okay, and after that, if I'll say that I'm just generating a loop, A is greater or less than B. Okay, then after that I'll pass, and after again I'll move a generational part of it. Okay, or else pass or print. Okay, let us run this. I don't know why the programs are not running over here, but it will execute the basic formulations of that A is greater than B. Okay, just note this program and run on your any other IDE. Let me just find out one online Python IDE. Okay, this will give you a problem interpreter. I guess it will work. Okay, if I just put double quotes also in this, still if it run or not, no. Okay, just let us copy this to another interpreter. Okay, let us run this. So shell, I guess it will obtain. So 5, 4. No, it does not. It will not. Okay, just carry on with your own ID. Just note down these particular programs so that you can carry forward to another one also. Okay. Now, what happens with your past statements? Okay, and what is the basic benefit of using a past statement? If I'll say you, if I'll generate a loop. Okay, if I'll say you, this is I'm making a loop. Okay, I'm making a loop. I'm starting a loop. So as I'm flow chart, it is to start. This shape is oval shape is to start. Okay, and if I'll apply a loop condition over here, I'm applying a loop condition. I'll write loop condition. Correct. I'm applying this, and after that, let us move and loop further. And after that, let's do. I'm basically explaining you why we did this. Okay. And how a loop is formulated with the body code and the code of it is generated basically on a one structure. And arrows are very much important when you play with your codes and a flow chart. Okay. Okay. And this loop is going to finish over here. This is for false. Then again for true. False. True. And function has started. Now what does this mean? So here we generated one loop that is starting from a Python, as a null statement it is. So what happens is we generated basically a loop in that, and in that loop what happened is that it is your Python is just remember one thing, Python is your statically required code of block which is will follow if, except, else, def, class, and any of that. It won't be stopping until unless your program is being approached with a suitable thing point in that. So let us assume like a list of number is declared. So when we have a condition, if the number brings an odd, okay, we took a list of numbers, we declare either we can take 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. Okay, these are the list of the numbers. Okay, and what happens when we check the condition, if the numbers are odd or even, or we can check this by your if statement also by following any other loop in that, and basically more of it will pass. This is only and only possible by using a Python pass statement. And let us look upon like one like example of it. If I'll say you that how many odds are there and how many even are there. So odd, for odd there we have three numbers, and for even we have two. Okay, and in odd what we have 1, comma 3, comma 5. Okay, 1, comma 3, comma 5. 1, comma 3, comma 5, and in even what we have 2, comma 4. Okay, so that how a number has been listed as a pass statement. Still I'll make you one program right. Okay, if it works it will definitely work, but I don't know why the ID is not picking the null statement anymore. So just look forward to the code. After that you can type this code anywhere on your ID particularly you have been following to. 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6. Okay, I'm just writing this, or yeah, we can go with this only. Okay, if I'll say that a print odd number, this will basically ask you the odd numbers. Okay, it will ask you as an executor part. Okay, if I have brought this print odd number, now I will just generate a loop in it for I in num. I need to check like if condition is there, if I is the and else condition also we will run. Then we will pass it, and after that we will print up else condition. Else print I. Okay, the program is absolutely correct. So either it will run, yeah, perfectly right, run that. So the odd numbers, what odd numbers are there? 1, comma 3, comma 5. Similarly, I just told you over here also. It will obtain the condition. So here a condition is like for I in the num. So the number in the num, whatever the integers are there. So if it divides with 2, then pass. If not, just print it. Obviously, if 4 is going to divide by 2, it is the even number, and 2 is also, if divided by 2, it is an even number. So we have a given a condition like if it has been divided by 2, and because if it is, so it is an even number. If not, so print that, and that leftover is your odd numbers basically formed down. If you will not write this line also, if we will comment this out. I'll comment this out. If we will not write this line also, still it will come same, just to look something nice in this program. So we printed out this. Okay, and if there is a condition also, if pass statement inside a class also we can formed out basically. So if I'll just simply, I'm just taking an example of students, classes of student. Okay, and I'll print like anything you can print. This is not much important. Just you people need to remember upon or remember some syntaxes and some conditions, because nested loops are almost same what you read in just there is a condition how you gonna basically write that loops inside it. If I'll say that inside student class, okay, and after that let me just pass it, and again if I'll say that if I pass, if I'll again the print that pass executed. Okay, let us view if it gives us output or not. Yeah, still it is not giving any output, I guess. Just check it again, but because the programs are almost same and perfect, but IDA is giving some of the problem, I guess. There was some syntax error in the class and the students, so it will give you print this one also, and it will pass to the pass executed also, because we haven't given condition, it is just a pass statement inside a class of it. Okay, and basically what happens if you need to add in function also in this, you can have it similar. My function, after that you can print my function. Okay. Similarly, the answer would be there in your the conditional part of my function. So if somebody asks you like, and this is a very good question also comes in your coding examination, we can say. So if somebody asks you like what is pass statement in a Python, so basically you will tell that that is a null statement. Okay, and Python often provides us the looping control system such as break, continue, pass, any of that. This is just to consider that the pass statement is a null operation in that. And moreover, whenever like in your pass statement is basically used for the programmers want to bypass any of your coding segment in that. So pass keyword is in a Python is used to execute nothing, that is we don't need to execute a few lines of code. It is just simply causes by a basic code in that is interpreted, and the Python compiler actually ignores and doesn't actually ignores the past statement oftenly, because it knows that it is actually a valuable part in that. So we did an example of your I can say the example of your part that was your printing your odd number. Let us do one more example, and this example is very much interesting and a good example. Okay, this is this will I'll print a string in that, and it will actually tells you about what is the basic difference between the pass and a continue. And oftenly before that, I'll just tell you what is the difference between a pass and a continue. So the pass statement has no effect when you design any of your method, function, class, or a loop code that does not need any indentation to implement. But what happens, like it will run the method, and if the condition is particularly satisfied in this, it will ignore the code and skip to the next part. But whereas the code continue statement on the other hand, it will skips the code or the loop remaining part in that, and it will returns the control of a particular loop in it. And if the condition of the loop is satisfied, the continue is skipped and your next iteration is performed under it. And this is the basically code depend upon your continue and pass and continue. Okay, and do practice this code also, because it is very much important. If I'll declare one string, a string as I'm doing it, and after that if I'll say that I'm just continuing a pass statement, I'll continue a pass statement. Okay, and after that I'm just generating a loop for loop I in string. String is already presented in it. Okay, and if I'll say that the if I is equals to g, Okay, if I'll say this, then what will happen? It will print that the pass executed. That the pass is executed, and it will pass also. Give a pass part. Now I need that it should print. That I. Let us see till now what's happening. Surely we will go with this also. So it will, yeah, further it will give an error, but it is giving an strin. So the I in this, we haven't added the G in this part. Okay, basically it will executed more of the functional part. If I again write that print, okay, if I'll say that a print, and again if I'll run this program, so the same would be there, and the pass executed till here it will be executing part. And now moving to your continue statement. What is your continue statement? Okay, similarly if I'll do that for J in string, J in the string, okay, if I'll say if J, similarly it is there, is equals to G. It would be, then again print pass execute the continue executed. Okay, now I will pass this continue, and after that I'll print J, print any of the part. Let us run this again. Okay, so something is in line number 7. Okay, pass done. Print I, okay, that is too done. Print, okay, I don't know, but there is some error in this. Okay, if I'll, instead of this, if we present only and only J in the string, if I'll remove this and again continue, yeah, so similarly the continue would be there, and similarly your pass is done, but there would be a pass something problem in that, with the code would be almost same in that. So I would like to give you a small introduction about what is an inheritance. So inheritance is very much like used topic. We all, like in every significant languages, we used to provide an inheritance. So I already told you what inheritance it is. So suppose you are being you have some qualities, and that qualities you have inherited from your parents, okay, and that qualities you took from your parents, and actually about that. So inheritance refers to a new class with little or more modification to your existing already their classes is all about. And the new class that is formed is called a derived class, and derived class, and moreover that with the base class, and that one that is known as the parent class. And moreover the structure comes under the significant role in it, and the significant role depends upon the registered part. Okay, and the registered part we don't need any part. So suppose I told you, like I have some basic points with me, and that points I already gained by my parents. So this is actually what I consider to use that all. And moreover there is an flow chart to determine. So there is a flow chart that is your base class and a derived class. In your base class you have two features, feature 1 and feature 2, and your base class is your parent class. Okay, and your derived class is your child class. Over here we read about what is a base class and your derived class. Okay, and two features are there on a base class, and three features are there in your parent class, in your child class. So what is the difference between them? Your base class is your parent class, and your derived class is a child class. So from your parents to you obtain two features, okay, and the two features are and you also to have one quality or feature in yourself, okay. That means like it is being defined in the derived class itself, the one feature that is unique, and the feature you obtain from your parents, it is your the significant you have inherited. Okay, and inherited would be much more easier part, because it is not one thing that everyone can be determining it with a one point. So you need to remember one thing, designing an inheritance. It would be like a subtype never implements less functionality than your supertype. An inheritance should be never more than the two level deep part, and we can use an inheritance whenever we need to do it to avoid reductions in your code, and that code is actually the useful part, because the properties are being declared by yourself. I think this much is clear to you. Thank you so much for watching and having a class.